Alright, all your dark customers, this is Dark Merchant, and welcome to the Dark Market. Alright, today is part 3 of our Monster Madness review, and today I have seemingly gone into the future of 2020 and gotten ourselves a copy of, yep, that's right, King Kong vs. Godzilla. No, this isn't actually from the future. This is one of the first ones I've ever picked up. This is from, well, this copy of it is actually from 2004. Yeah, it's pretty old. It's actually, as you can see, it is warped because it is water damaged. And some of you might remember this old style with the cardboard flap. Yeah. This is, I don't know if this is the first, but I know it's one of the first Godzilla movies I have ever owned. And it was one of the ones that started me on my collection of all of the movies I have now. So this came out in 1963, and it is the first time either of the monsters shown here have ever been in color. Yeah, Toho had a version of King Kong, this being the first time he's ever appeared, and the second time is in a monster movie I do not own. It's called King Kong Escapes. And in that, King Kong gets his own mecha version where Godzilla gets Mecha Godzilla, King Ghidorah gets Mecha Ghidorah, King Kong gets Mechanicong. But once I actually do get that movie, I'll get into that a bit more. Yeah, rumors about this movie was that it had two endings, which is not true at all. There was only a slight variation between the Japanese version and the American version. This is the American version. But it was audio. In the American version, you hear King Kong's roar at the very end. In the Japanese version, it's Kong, then followed by Godzilla's roar. That's the only difference. There's no... The rumor was, in the Japanese version, Godzilla wins, and in the American version, King Kong wins. No. At the very end, you see King Kong swimming away towards Skull Island, and it's just audio. You hear Kong roar in the American one, or Kong roar and then Godzilla roar in the Japanese version. So, yeah. This is this old style here, and sometimes it doesn't actually show this. Sometimes along the inside, I guess with later versions of this type of shell, or whatever you want to call it, later on it'll be on the inside little tags that say proof of purchase. Now, I don't know if you can send them in like a cereal box or anything. Send in proof of purchase plus $2 for this little plastic toy that does nothing and breaks within 7 seconds. I don't know. I don't know what you do with a proof of purchase, but there's the movie right there. King Kong vs. Godzilla. Yep. This was the first face-off of the big rivals, I should say. There's other ones like in uh, very later on. There was Freddy Krueger versus Jason Voorhees. In the comics, there's RoboCop versus Terminator. Um, Batman and Superman versus Alien and Predator. I actually used to have an issue of that. What I do have is Batman versus Predator, both volumes. There's also Batman versus Aliens, Green Lantern versus Aliens, Superman versus Aliens, Superman versus Predator, etc., etc., etc. You know, face-offs. And then there's the most awesome face-off ever, which I have a hardback copy of, Superman versus Muhammad Ali. That is an awesome read, and I actually got it 2 weeks after Muhammad Ali died for $25. I would have thought it skyrocketed, but yeah. Back to this. Very awesome movie. If you could pick it up, please do. Please pick it up. Unfortunately, I will tell you this, I will tell you in the next video, that I do not have some of the other movies that come between this and the next one I'm going to be reviewing. Very unfortunately. But, all the same, I'm still going to be reviewing what I have. And once I get the ones to fill in the gap, I will review those as well. But until then, this is what we have. Apparently, I've also learned that it wasn't supposed to be King Kong versus Godzilla. It's supposed to be Frankenstein versus King Kong, where the roles were switched. And in the original one, in the original concept, Frankenstein was actually in King Kong's spot. When you watch the movie, you'll see what I mean. How the monsters play out and how everything acts. Frankenstein was supposed to be in King Kong's spot, and King Kong was supposed to be in Godzilla's spot. Weirdly enough. But that got tweaked and everything, and it became this. This is what we have. So, yeah, in the year 2020, is going to be Godzilla vs. Kong. That, I hear, is what they're going to be calling it. And that's a part of Legendary Pictures' Monsterverse. I don't know if it's going to end at Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know if it's going to be carrying on, and they're going to be bringing in Gigan, Mechagodzilla, etc., etc., etc. We don't know. All we know is there's going to be Godzilla, or in 2014 there was Godzilla, and then in 2016 there was Kong, Skull Island, and then next year is going to be the premiere of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then in 2020 is going to be the remake of this. Now, until then, we have all of the other movies that have come out since. They're kind of cheesy. The kitty, well, I should say the nuclear awareness thing wasn't so prevalent in this. They were just caring about the monsters fighting, and then there and afterwards, it started getting cheesier and cornier, and filled with more comedy, and like the violence was kind of like goofy and dumbed down because during that era, Godzilla was starting to be geared more towards children, and there's another monster by a company named Daiei, I believe, and his name is Gamera, and his title that he earned in the old version like this, which is called the Showa version, he was known as Godzilla friend to all, or Gamera friend to all children. Uh, Damn, if I had an editor, I'd just edit that out. But I don't. I don't have that. I don't have any editing software. I just have a version of UCam, and that's about it. I don't know if it can edit or anything, but it is what it is. So, I'll see all you guys later. Dark Merchant, signing off.